Hello, my friends, and welcome to another mini episode of The Practiced Life. Today's episode, I love this one so much. This, listen, if it doesn't land, let it roll off. But if it lands, you're my people. I call this episode The Trying Trap. And this was a gem that just hit me right between the eyes. I was workshopping in Italy. Yes, as one does. I was on a workshop in Italy and with the most wonderful women ever. And I kept hearing a refrain as we went through and talked about what was going on in our lives. And we were there to seed some new dreams and really think about what portal had the most opportunity for us to work on that week in the beautiful rolling hills of the Italian countryside. And I kept hearing this refrain over and over, and it was like a mirror up to my own face. And here's what it was. I'm trying. I'm trying to dot, dot, dot. I'm trying to dot, dot, dot. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to leave my shitty marriage. I'm trying to get get the courage to go look for another job. I'm trying to have a healthier relationship with my adult children. I'm trying to set boundaries and so on and so on. You see what I'm saying? And as that hit me between the eyes, I mean, it was all my cells were dancing a jig. And I know when that happens, it's because I've hit on something that's really true for me. And I thought, wow, all this trying, no being, all this trying. And as I was hearing it, and again, it's always a mirror for me, I realized that, oh, it's never going to happen. You're never going to lose weight as long as you're going to always be trying. You're never going to improve those various situations in your life as you're always trying. Trying is an energetic hamster wheel that kind of fools you into thinking that you're doing something toward that new version of you long for, but not really, because it's more like an energetic loop. It's a stuck point where you just keep repeating the trying over and over and over again. And Lord knows I've done that enough myself in my life. And at the end of the day, it's debilitating. It's depleting. No wonder why we give up and just say, throw up our hands and just say, never mind. I can't do it because I just spent 20 years trying and trying. So I gave some thought to that because I was like, how many times, Sherry Salata, have you stepped onto that trying trap gerbil wheel and, feeling frustrated and disappointed as you just kept trying? And where did that originate? Because in working with so many women in the middle of life, of which I'm a little older than that now, but I'm just like, we all got similar ineffective training. And I say that with love and compassion and forgiveness because the people who trained us were trained by people who didn't know. They weren't trained, and the people by that weren't trained. When you think about the resources we have today, nobody had any resources. My mom wasn't in therapy. My mom wasn't meeting for spiritual conversations or listening to podcasts or joining fantastic membership groups to uplift her and help her release her stress or engage in serious healing work. My mom didn't have any of that. All she had was what she knew. And so I was thinking about that training in little girls starts very early. I'm not sure that that generation of trainers, might call them parents, that trainers or adult figures would have stood for little boys just trying all the time and never getting it done, because that wasn't the masculine archetype that they were trying to train little boys to be. Little boys couldn't just be like, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying. I don't think so. I don't think so. At least that's what I think. But little girls, I'm trying. Well, as long as you tried. I'm trying. Well, you tried. And it's a lesser expectation, and it's also don't push yourself too hard. Don't worry, because in parens is somebody else is going to come along who's not stuck in the trying trap, who's going to take care of everything for you. So there's something in there. Something in that little stew of what I'm saying is true, that it just became part of our training. And then what happens is I'm trying becomes part of our languaging. It becomes part of our story. And pretty soon it's a pattern. And so now we're just always trying. I hear it myself. Listen, I am like, I've got my eagle-eye glasses on now. When I hear myself say I'm trying, I'm like, let me go back and rephrase that. Because I don't want to activate that endless cycle of trying. I want to activate, I'm being, I'm becoming, I am. And that's really how we begin to evolve out of the pattern of trying. So if you started this year and you were like, I'm going to try to lose weight. I'm going to try to meet a partner. I'm going to try to get a better job. I'm going to try to save some money. I'm going to try to declutter my house. I invite you to join me in removing yourself from the trying trap. Better if you're not going to do something, you don't speak of it at all. Instead, ask the universe for inspiration. Put yourself in the receiving mode, which is what we're talking about all year long. Put yourself in the receiving mode, which means manage your mood to at least a level of contentedness or satisfaction, and ask the universe for inspiration for the things that you'd like to get done and what you would like to accomplish, for help with losing weight, with help with your health, help with finding a new job. But let's leave the trying trap behind us, because it's tricky business when we repeat on autopilot a pattern that doesn't serve us and keeps us stuck. It's very tricky business. And this is a year to let that go. Words matter. So I am becoming, I am being, I am. I'm so glad you joined me. Thanks for listening to The Practice Life. For a fabulous morning practice that you could have in your hands in literally just minutes, go to sherrysalata.com/free network. It just takes a minute to put in your info and you can download the Morning Magic Practice for free. This is a practice that it's a practice you do when you first open your eyes, and it sets the table for you to put yourself in the receiving mode for the day. You follow it up with a little meditation, you do a little self-care, you keep an eye on your story. I mean, you're just off to the races. And you know what happens? Life gets really, really good.